Another trip down memory lane when it comes to Magic the Gathering. Today we'll be looking at the second half of the Battle for Zendikar block, Oath of the Gatewatch. Oath of the Gatewatch. Yeah. You know how much I like these boxes? And the artwork on it is so cool. Look at some of this stuff. Oh man. I don't know why. I think there's something very specific about some of the Oath of the Gatewatch cards themselves, but maybe it's just the symbol. I really like the symbol an awful lot. All right. So we've got this here. I also keep my other ones. As you might know if you've watched, I organize all of my cards and then I move them and put them into binders. And when I do that, anything that's extra, I put into the boxes that I have here. And we've got plenty of cards here. This is just extra from what you see of Oath of the Gatewatch. And there is a reason for that. Let's get the binder out. We've gone with a pink binder because that's the color that I got. I've just been buying these binders kind of randomly, but just trying to get all the different colors that I can so that I have a way to distinguish them. And we can look through some of these. Look at the artwork on this. Oh man. So I talked about last time, I couldn't 100% remember if I had been to one of the midnight releases or pre-release events or something like that. And we definitely were there 16th and 17th of January 2016. I don't know if you can read that. I'll zoom in here in a minute. I want to flip through first and just kind of get the overall idea. The colorless ones were super cool. This was a new thing that they added. I talked about last time, some of the mechanics that they added for Oath of the Gatewatch and Battle for Zendikar, the whole block, was support, cohort, surge, and colorless mana costs. This is the colorless mana. That is a new thing that they added, and that's really exciting. Oh, there's a mythic rare we've got. Okay, yeah, let's look through some of this. This is so cool. Oh man, I really like the way they did this. This second half, you've got the Eldrazi again, right? I think we still have some Eldrazi, but these are almost different types of Eldrazi. I probably should do some research on the lore of it since I talk about it here, but this is just kind of from the perspective. It's the same thing that I would have had as when I was opening the packs back in the day. I know nothing about this. See, we got a bunch of tentacle stuff, but then there's also these like, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of something else. They're all kind of, everything kind of blends together, but especially these alien-like creatures that have a lot of triangle-shaped points. I feel like I've seen something like that in a video game. Was it Horizon, maybe? It could be. Anyway, yeah, that, it's all, oh, wow, look at that. Kind of rainbow. This is so cool. It's really neat to go back and see some of this stuff, exactly what I've looked at before. Some of these like colorless. I really like what they did with some of the border frames on there. There's another, ooh, you can't see because my camera's blocking it. We got a Chandra. Okay, we're looking through. This is great. We're almost to the end here. We got this. There's another. Ooh, all right. We're going to zoom in here in a second. We're going to get to the end here, and I'm going to bury the lead that we're not going to look at the very last page until the end of the video. Let's get the close-up. Just go in for a little bit of a closer look. If you can tell, I don't even know if you can. I talked about 16th to 17th of January 2016. We definitely went to a midnight event, and that's how we collected some of these. And man, some of these are cool. Look at some of this stuff. Spatial contortion. Oh, wow. Oh man, it's cool to see. This is just neat. Another mythic rare, General Tazari. Tazri, maybe? There's not another syllable in there that I added. This colorless stuff was really neat. I remember building some decks with some of the colorless stuff. I'm guessing if we went to an event, we probably went to a draft. Is that what they called it? Now I've forgotten how they did it, but yeah, look at this. I really like this. I've watched a video, I think I talked about it before, where they talked about the different artwork and how they kind of broke out of your normal style, where this is a white, so you got white throughout the whole thing, and they kind of made more of this background with the frame around it, so you've got the color that shifts and gradients, and it's a part of the artwork. These are beautiful. I really like this kind of stuff as well. Ancient Crab, I remember you. You're a fun little guy. Okay, look at that. How about some of that? I like the way the rainbow, it's reflecting off of the water behind it. Check that out. Oh, man. So the Eldrazi clearly have two types of tentacle-y or that kind of more mechanical. There's some more tentacle type stuff. Oh, dude. These are awesome. some legendary creature, a vampire warrior, Kalidas, Trader of Get, maybe. I know that there's more to it here, and I'm looking forward to kind of completing some of the collection. I want to pick up some of these cards again. I'd like to go back and try to collect some of them. But there we go. There's a highlight for you, Chandra. Yep, big fan of Chandra. She's always been really cool. I like everything about her that I know about her. Mostly it's, you know, the look and that stuff, but we do have a Goblin Dark Dwellers. That must have been another one I got from an event since it is marked. That's pretty neat. I'm glad that I get to go back and look at some of this stuff and see the exclusive things that we picked up. It's nice. This whole thing, the series is just, you know, a trip down memory lane and looking back over all these cards, seeing what I remember about them. World Breaker, man, that's cool. Yeah. Oath of Nissa. Right there alongside Nissa. I mean, I had a thing for, look, I've talked about it in probably every single video, especially whenever we get to a Planeswalker. You pull a Planeswalker and I make a deck. That's exactly what I did. And I just really like going through this stuff. There was something else. We're almost to it. Hold on. I know I've buried the lead already and I'm continuing to go through. Oh, Zendikar Resurgent. That's cool. Oh man, look at some of these. I like these multicolor ones as well. This is really neat. That's cool. There was one, let's see, can I figure out which one? I feel like I remember very specifically one of these color lists that I used all the time. I don't think it was Bonesaw. There was one that I really remember. I don't see it now, but you would get, it was very common. I feel like I got it all the time and it was like a 1 cost or something. It was some kind of mechanical creature. I'm sure I'll come across it at some point. Artifact is cool. And the equipment, I mean. And then you get into some of the lands, you get special lands and things like that. And that's exactly where we are headed next. The next thing is what we pulled that made me, I pulled it early on and went, I'm going to buy every single pack of Oath of the Gatewatch that I can. And that was something that they introduced. These are the Zendikar Expeditions. Technically, apparently they are not part of the set. This is the introduction of the Masterpiece series. These are so cool. This was the whole reason I saw this and I went, yeah, okay, I got to make a video about this because digging through, this has always been the most expensive card that I think it was, I have 2. I'm pretty sure Bloodstained was not as expensive as the Arid was. The Mesa here. Oh man, these things at its peak, at the very least, I don't keep up with the collection. I don't keep up with the prices of any of this stuff. To me, they're all just the cards. It's cool. Wastes, yeah. The colorless stuff is really cool the way that they did it. But anyway, the collecting as far as trying to pull things that are super rare is fun for me. I'll always hold on to this. I'm never going to sell it. I don't care what it's worth. But it was like $300 something, $350 maybe at its peak, right when we pulled it, which is when everything, you know, when everybody's trying to get it. I think that's when prices typically are at their highest and then they go down over time. That's all I kind of know about it. I don't care to look any further into it, but the fact that I pulled this just from a deck and then managed to get another one later on that was 60 or 80, I think at the time. I don't know what they are now. I don't really care that much to do that kind of stuff. This was also cool. It's not nearly as cool because it's not the full holographic full art ever. I mean, it is full art, but the full holographic, it's not full art. None of them are full art. Why am I saying that? That's full art. You can see the full card. This one has its stuff too. Anyway, the whole point, it's really cool. These are awesome. Very prized parts of my collection here. Just really cool to see. The fact that it was worth a fair amount of money. We also have some tokens that we can look at. This is cool. And this stuff, yeah. But that really, the fact that they did this, the Masterpiece series, that's something that to this day I'm still hunting for. And if I pull a pack and it has the option to get the Masterpiece series, I believe I opened cards up for the Wilds of Eldraine, and I'd forgotten the term Masterpiece series. I've forgotten about the Zendikar Expeditions. I don't remember if I talked about it in that video that I went, oh, maybe that's why it's a different symbol, because I forgot these ones got their own symbol. They're technically different. I managed to collect 3 out of all the things you saw here. Everything we got in this entire booklet, both of the card boxes I got, I managed to pull 3, and these are the 3 that we got. Look at the artwork on it. Bloodstained is also fantastic. Ah, these are so cool. So yeah, just a nice little trip down memory lane. You have no idea how much fun it is to kind of dig through and look at these. I typically just go through as quickly as I can when I'm sorting them because it's not the most interesting. So I don't typically pay attention to the artwork or what the cards are or anything. So it's almost when I get all the way done and everything's bindered and I can sit down and I flip through it and I just look over all the cards and memories come back of doing this stuff and building decks with them, playing with them some, or just the thrill of opening them and never knowing what you're going to get. It's one of the reasons I like this so much. It's just Magic the Gathering. It's so cool. It's so cool and not a waste of money at all. No, I don't think so. I'm happy that I have all these cards. I'm happy I have everything in my collection like this. It's just, oh man, it's fun to look back and look at all these things and remember a time when I had more money freely or more brains than money and spent it in this way. Some would call it foolish, but I never did. It's such a good time. And just having this collection, it might not be complete, but it's mine and I'm happy with it. Magic the Gathering and Oath of the Gatewatch specifically, entirely, let's be real, the entire reason why I like Oath of the Gatewatch so much was because I pulled some of the rarest things I'd ever seen. And looking at them was like, this is insane. This is really cool. And having it. And then other people saying, do you have any idea what? Sell that just right now. It'll never be worth the same thing that it is today. Sell it right now and you'll never regret it. And I don't care. I've got it all these years later. This was 7 years ago. Oh my God, it's 2024. This was 8 years ago, almost to the day of when I'm recording this. It's not going anywhere. I still got it. It's right there. Magic the Gathering, Oath of the Gatewatch, as Zendikar Expeditions. This is something that I like.